Hello and welcome to Camera Review. We are talking about Sony's RX100 Mark VII. Now, this new compact size camera is a beast. I mean, when you look at the specs, what it offers, it is truly a mind-boggling camera. And the reason I'm saying this is because if you look at the specs of the higher end cameras with the APS-C and the full frame, you're going to find that they incorporated a lot of those features into this compact camera. And what we are getting is this incredible quality that rivals the quality of much larger sensor cameras. And that is one of the reasons why I'm talking about it. And this is one of the reasons why I like to put your attention into this one. It is first of all got 20 megapixel sensor, which is a small sensor, about an inch sensor. But what it does is that it is able to capture incredibly accurate images, and it has incredibly high-end autofocus system that is found in the other high-end systems that the Sony offers. So you got the eye tracking, you got incredible video capabilities. You can shoot 4K without any issues, and it's going to give you a very nice image quality that you can edit in the post-production. The same quality that you might find in the A7S Mark IIs, you're going to be able to find it in this one. And this is what makes the big difference between other compact cameras and this one, because when you look at it with the S-Log 2 or S-Log 3, you're going to be able to bring out those highlights, those colors, and get a very flat profile that will allow you to color grade it if you choose to do so. There is of course the ability to extract this video directly from the camera, and it's lot set up so that you don't have to do any editing if you are doing it for example, YouTube or other social platforms where you need to post it right away. And that is a key feature that this camera offers. If you look at the way that the camera is designed, it has a 24 to 200 millimeter lens that is f2.8 to f4.5. You might find that to be a slow aperture, but what is important is the focal range, because this camera is competing directly with those things like the smartphones that offer ultra wide angle but does not offer the zooming functionality that this camera is being able to offer. Plus the fact that if you look at the design of that very special lens that's manufactured by Zeiss, you're going to see that it has some very special qualities like 8 spherical elements and 4 advanced spherical elements, creating those beautiful images without aberration and distortion. And that sharpness is legendary. This is the reason why I like this camera so very much. And also, you're going to find that the way that they have designed it with the 20 frames per second shooting, you got no blackouts on the screen. So what that means is you're going to actually see what you're shooting at all times, and you're going to see how those images are turning out as you're shooting them, because it has a very high potential to capture images for up to 80 frames, and that means about 4 seconds of shooting. So you are going to be able to get whatever you're looking for and nail that focus very well. And 20 frames is much faster than even those offered with the highest end cameras in full frame, so that is a big advantage. Also, what you will find, it has a very special unique quality, which is the ability to process that information very fast, because it's a stacked sensor. And stacked sensors means a faster readout, and the software that allows it to do that is making this camera very efficient. It's not a lagging camera. It is as fast as, for example, the smartest phone that there is out there. You're going to get those images very fast and be able to transfer it onto your platform, or send it to your smartphone, or post it online, because it has Wi-Fi connectivity. For that, I think they have done a very good job. Now, if you examine what is inside that capability to get such a high accurate focus, you're going to find that they have incorporated face and contrast detections to create a legendary system where you have, for example, 425 contrast detection points and 357 focal points for face detection. So what you're creating is a camera that can do a lot of things and have that eye tracking. And tracking, for what it is what allows you to nail the focus accurately each time, having the eyes in focus. That is a key element, because hit and miss situations is a big problem when you get compact cameras, because you are not going to be able to see if you got anything in focus until you enlarge that image. It is for that reason I find that having this kind of focus system is going to be the key that differentiates your work from everybody else's. Also, you will find that they have the best autofocus systems, bar none, in the business. So it is for that reason this camera costs a little bit more than other cameras that are in this market range. So you're gonna find this camera costs about $1,200, which may seem like a lot of money, but with the features it has inside, it is a stellar performer. For those who are doing vlogging or posting things online in video format, what you're gonna find is that it has a mic jack, so you can virtually put a mic on the camera, or put it on yourself as a lavalier, and then you're going to be able to capture incredible audio and don't have to worry about putting it together in the post. It just gets recorded in the camera itself. For that, I think is a great improvement. What is interesting though is the ISO performance. Most people would have expected this to come out at 25,600. It's only 12,800, but that doesn't take away from its ability to capture incredibly sharp images with very low noise, because the software is there to provide that ability. Also, you're going to see that it can do 120 frames in full HD. What that means is that you're going to be able to get incredibly beautiful slow motion to add to your footage if you're, for example, putting things in post to put it up online or other forms. Also, it can do 480 and 960 frames per second, but that's not what we're looking for. What we're looking for is how good it can do, because for 480 and 960 frames, the quality gets really low. But with the 120 with HD, you're good enough to post it on any social platform or online, and when it's playing on TV or any other things like laptop, they're going to have incredibly high quality of image. And that is, I think, the key attraction into this camera, because you're not only capturing footage in 4K, but you're going to be able to go up to 120 frames. For me, that is very, very important. Also, you're going to find that you can use 90 frames, 60 frames, 30 frames, and the single burst modes, and that's another option that this camera comes with. For me, I think the key factor in deciding whether this camera is for you or not is how you're going to use it. For me, using it means what you are planning to do with it. For me, I like to go and put this camera in my pocket, going out in the evening, not having to worry about carrying something that's like got lenses and attachments on it that's not going to fit my pocket. This will fit in your pocket. And what I like is you can flip up the screen and put a mic on. You can do handheld videos just as on the go. That is an incredible opportunity to get your work or whatever you're doing out on the world and have it be shared instantly almost. And that is a very, very beautiful feature of what the Sony is pushing towards, for the younger people to be able to get their work out there as soon as they capture it. For me, I like the work to be easy to do. So S-Log 2, you can put it onto your computer with a very simple program like the Premiere. You can just put on the LUT that is already preset, and then you can get incredible visuals. For that, I think that Sony has not cut corners, but allowed the consumer to be able to use their cameras to their max. Unlike Canon, which has removed like the 24 frames, Sony is allowing you to do a lot more with their cameras. For that, I think Sony is going to keep the market in its own domain setting the standard for all the cameras that are in their compact size. Also, what you will find that the OLED viewfinder is very beautiful because it gives you incredibly colorful and accurate image, and that's what you know when you're going to get that shot nailed. And for me, I think that's another beautiful feature about this camera, because you don't have to worry about getting it on the back of that little screen. You can use the OLED viewfinder. For that, I think that keeping it and making it work was a challenge because of the compact size this camera is. And I see that it is a way that the camera can go up to 32,000 shutter speed, means that it can do, for example, a lot of work in incredibly highlighted areas like under the brightest sun to nail that focus and get an accurate exposure. All these elements, when you put it together, you're going to find that this camera is a true beast in all its forms. If you were to ask me one thing that I would change about it, is that I will not put the 24 to 200 on it because it slows down the speed of that lens. What I mean by that is that its aperture is f2.8 to f4.5. I like to have a lot more bokeh. Bokeh is the creative part that allows the photography to be expressed in different forms. If you're doing portraiture, you may want to throw out the background out of focus, and you may not want to be using the 200 millimeters, but maybe use 50 millimeters. That is going to make a difference, especially with a smaller sensor. You're not going to be able to isolate the background from the foreground or the subject. There's going to be less of a bokeh. But that is the only drawback that I see, and I understand why Sony is doing that, because they're actually competing directly with the smartphones that shoot incredibly good images now. But this one is offering you more. It's giving you the ability to hook up a microphone, have a flip-up screen where you can watch your composition. It has incredibly good video and photography capabilities with eye tracking. That is going to make this camera one step higher than anything else in the market in terms of camera and also for smartphones. So this, if you were to invest into this camera, I think you'll be able to get a good benefit out of it for 2 to 3 years. Although there will be new cameras coming out, I think it will still be a competitive camera. For anyone who wants to purchase it, there are kits that come with it. I'll provide links down below where you can buy it, and it comes with the memory cards or other forms where you can actually save money. So for those links, visit it down below. There's also information on the specs and other vital information that you may find useful for knowing how this camera operates. I'll also be doing an instructional tutorial on how to get most out of these compact cameras, including Sony. So stay tuned for that. And I hope we'll see each other in the next review. I thank you for watching.